Spence, Thurman, Porter, Danny Garcia, Manny Pacquiao, and then you have the two wild cards, Josecito Lopez and Mikey Garcia. What do they all have in common? They all can fight at welterweight, and they're all with PBC. Now, out of the combination I just named, you could probably get 20 to 30 good fight combinations out of those 7 guys I named, and they're all with PBC. So I know a lot of you have heard that Spence and Porter are in the talks, or it's already been made. So Spence and Porter, they're at least going to get 2 good fights out of Spence Porter. There's definitely going to be a rematch. Definitely going to be a rematch. So Spence Porter, that could be their welterweight fights for 2019, which puts Crawford back even further. So, where does this leave Crawford? Crawford needs an opponent. He needs a viable opponent. And I just gave you 7 names at welterweight, good names, that are with PBC. You know Spence and Porter are going to have a rematch because I don't see Sean getting knocked out. I definitely don't see Errol getting knocked out. The fight is going to be exciting, and people are going to want to see it again. People want to see Thurman Porter again. Oh, and I forgot a name, Adrian Broner. Adrian Broner, you pretty much know how his fights are going to go, but the lead up and the excitement around the fight are amazing, and it's enough to sell the fight. So you could throw Adrian Broner in there. So that's 8 names that PBC has at welterweight, which gives you 20 to 30 combinations of big fights. Now you look and you see Terence Crawford, great fighter. Probably on many people's lists, he's number 1 pound for pound, but he don't have any dance partners. He don't have any dance partners over at Top Rank. He don't. He really doesn't. I have to check on one name, Ugas. I'm not sure who Ugas is with, but I know he just for Porter, so he may be leaning towards PBC or with PBC. I don't know. I have to do my research on that. But Ugas may be a possible name if he's not with PBC. But if he is with PBC, that's another name you add into the mix over at PBC. So when you stop to look at it, the PBC guys really don't need Crawford at all. They really don't. Because Porter Spence is just as an exciting of a fight as Crawford Spence would be, in my opinion. I mean, it's an exciting fight. Porter always brings some excitement. He brought excitement with Ugas. He brought excitement with Thurman. He brought excitement with Garcia. He always brings some excitement. And Danny Garcia looked good in his last fight against Adrian Granados, won by a knockout. Adrian Granados, that's another name you could throw in the mix just as a bridge fight if they want to freeze Crawford out a little bit longer. Spence could make a claim to fight Granados, give him his last hurrah, his last fight. You know, this strong Mexican warrior that got a couple of bad turns in his career. Because, you know, Granados could make an argument for beating Broner. He had a close fight with Porter. And he knocked Javier Fortuna out the ring, which stopped the fight. So, you know, the guy couldn't get a break. Then he goes against Danny Garcia and gets knocked out. But there could be an argument made that Granados could be a good fight for Spence or for Thurman. But PBC holds all the cards in this welterweight division. In this situation, they hold all the cards. The only thing I could foresee is a lot of 60-40, 70-30s, maybe even 80-20 deals coming Crawford's way from PBC. Because they have all the chips. They could literally freeze him out, box him out, put him in a corner for at least the next 3, 4, 5 years possibly. When you think of Spence, Thurman, Porter, Danny Garcia, Mikey Garcia, Manny Pacquiao, Adrian Broner, Adrian Granados, potentially Ugas, Josecito Lopez. That's 10 names right there. That's 10 names right there. So why would they jump ship and go to a promotion company and take a bad deal to make a fight when they don't have to. See, this is something the fans and everyone in boxing needs to get, or fans of boxing, people that watch boxing, what you need to get, it comes down to the money. And every promotion company, and I do mean every promotion company, is trying to keep as much money as they can in-house. Why do they want to give a piece of the rock up to somebody else when they could keep the money in-house? PBC is no different. Why should they make deals that aren't in their best interest just to make a fight, when they can make great fights in-house and keep all the money? Now let's talk about boxing a little bit. You have Porter against Spence. You know Porter is going to come to Spence all night. And you know, hey, Spence walks his opponents down. So you're looking at fireworks in this fight. True blue fireworks, man. They should have this on the 4th of July, because this fight is going to be a fire fight, brother. You know, just like Thurman and Porter was a fire fight. It's going to be a beautiful matchup. And it's going to warrant a rematch. As long as no one gets knocked out early or late, there's going to be a rematch. Actually, this could be Gotti Ward. This could be like Gotti Ward, and one guy could win all 3 fights. Errol can win all 3 fights, and this could be like Gotti Ward. Look how many times Pacquiao fought Marquez before Marquez won. Look at it. They had what? 4 or 5 fights. Well, one was a draw, you know? So this Porter-Spence thing could go on for a while, and both of them could bypass fighting Crawford. Now you throw Thurman in the mix. I know Porter wants some get back for the first fight with Thurman. Spence never fought Thurman, and that's another fight. So if you do those 2 fights, that's another year going by where they don't have to fight Crawford. Then you take Garcia Thurman. He won a rematch Garcia Porter, then Garcia Spence. That's another year that goes by that they don't have to fight Crawford. Now I just named a couple wars. Then you have a big payday with Pacquiao Spence, or Pacquiao Thurman, or Pacquiao Garcia, or Pacquiao Porter. And then one of the guys has a bridge fight against Jose Cito Lopez or Adrian Granados. And that's another year and a half that goes by that they don't have to fight Crawford. Do y'all see where I'm going with this? The man is in a corner, and his promoter is not helping him to make the deal. You know, and then, you know, he comes out and says something wild like Heyman is telling Spence not to trust the white man. I mean, these are absurd statements being made. I give him his props, man. He's a great promoter. He put on some great fights. But when you make statements like that, it says a lot. It says a lot, you know. But that's neither here nor there. So I gave y'all about 3 years worth of great fights that people will pay for. People will pay to come see Broner fight Spence. I know everybody heard about the sparring session where Spence supposedly knocked out Broner or wobbled him or this, that, and the other. Everybody heard about that sparring session, so everybody would want to see that live. That's a good fight, decent fight. People want to see it. The hype will be crazy. And that's another fight where he doesn't have to fight Crawford. So I don't know. Maybe it's something I'm missing. I want y'all to put in the comments. Give me some names of people that Crawford can fight that are on the top rank side. Give me a couple of names. Put them in the comments. Give me a couple of names that Crawford could fight. And give me some names on PBC side that are left out that Spence, Thurman, and Porter can fight. But I mean, Al Heyman has the welterweight division stacked. And 5 of the top 10 welterweights are with PBC. The only name that you could throw in that mix is Mr. Chocolate Brownie himself, Kell Brook. Kell Brook, that's the only name you could throw in. But then, hey, he might not want to fight in the States. He might say, hey, bring this fight over to the UK. Then you got another issue. Or you could throw Jeff Horn back in there for a rematch. But you see what I'm saying? Is the caliber of welterweights are on the PBC side. And people say I'm biased and I'm this and I'm getting envelopes from Al Heyman. I'm not getting envelopes from anybody. I just call it what it is. I see the facts, I analyze the information given to me, and I call it what it is. PBC got the welterweight division on locked up. Now I'm gonna need y'all to look at the link below and get y'all You Ain't Fair Jason t-shirt. Right at the bottom, you see the link below. Get your You Ain't Fair Jason t-shirt, or you can get your Melchizedek t-shirt. Peace. Or you can get your Nate Campbell t-shirt, cause you got a white wife. Cause you know Nate loved to use that like draw for an Uno, cause you got a white wife. But click the links below, guys. Make sure you get the t-shirts. Keep on supporting, guys. Leave your comments. Let me know if I missed something out, some potential welterweight fights that could be made. As Melchizedek says, peace.